begin with the spirit phase. Spirit phase is composed of the growth, then we'll do gain energy, and they pay for our power cards. Okay, now is the start of the growth phase, so I'm going to choose for Shadows Flicker Like Flame, I'm going to choose this one here, gain a power card and add a presence. So I'm going to take from the progression deck his new power, which is Call of Dahan Ways. This one you replace one settler with a Dahan, which is pretty useful. So I'll add this to his deck of his hand. And I'll take another presence off his energy. That is 3 energy per turn. Okay, I'm going to put his presence. It says 1 space away from his other presence, so I'll put it right here on B4. His presence is right here, so I'll put his presence right here in the jungle on B4. Card B4. Okay, now for Lightning Swift Strike, for his growth phase, I'm going to choose this one right here where he reclaims his cards, gains a new power card, and gains 1 energy. So I'll gain 1 energy. I'll reclaim his cards. So I'll take his discarded cards and add it back to his hand. And I gain a new power. So I'll take it from his progression deck. And his new power is called Isolation. This power, he pushes a settler or a town per Dahan in that space. Or it can push 1 Dahan. And it's 0 energy. Okay, so let's do the gain energy part. So Lightning Swift Strike gets 2 energy, as you can see right here. So he gets 2 energy. 1, 2. Okay, now for Shadows Flicker Like Flame, he gets 3 energy. So he gets a nice whopping 3 energy. Put this here, that's 3 energy. Okay, now we'll start choosing the cards to play on his turn. So let's look through Shadows Flicker Like Flame. See what cards you're going to get. We'll go Mantle of Dread. It's a slow spell. I can use 2 fear. Give 2 fear, and my target spirit might push a settler or a town from one of their lands. Now, I think I'm going to have Lightning Swift Strike turn into a fast power, which is Lightning Boon. So this will be this 1 power I'm going to use. And the other power, I'm going to go for the Call of Dahan Ways. This one replaces a settler with a Dahan. Another powerful spell. It's a slow power. I think I'll use Lightning Swift Strike's fast power, make it into a fast power with Lightning Swift Strike. So with Lightning Swift Strike, of course I use Lightning Boon, which my target spirit may turn over 2 of his slow powers to a fast power. So I want to use those 2 slow powers of Shadows Flicker Like Flame to a fast power. So I use this power here. And I will do Call to Isolation, where I would push a settler or town per Dahan. And I'm going to do my favorite, Shatter Homesteads, which adds a fear and destroys a town that's up to 2 spaces away from a sacred site. And since it says a slow power, but since I'm using a purple tag, it becomes a fast power with Lightning Swift Strike. Now it's the fast power order. Okay, so now I've used Lightning Boon, which speeded up Shadows Flicker Like Flame's power to fast. So I discard the card and use the energy. Now I'll use my favorite power, Shatter homesteads. So just use the 2 energy. And I'm going to destroy, and I'm going to create 1 fear. So you can see I turned to fast because it has a purple tag. And that purple tag, as part of my Lightning Swift Strike's power, turns this to a fast power. And it says up to 2 spaces away from my sacred site. So this is my sacred site right here. This is my sacred site right here. So I'll destroy this. I'll first add a fear and then I'll destroy this town. So now, because the Shadow Homesteads, I add 1 fear to the generate fear, and because I destroyed a town, I add another fear right here. Okay, now I'm going to use the Called Isolation, which doesn't use any energy. So I can push a settler or a town per Dahan. I'm going to push this settler here because this land has a Dahan. So I was about to do it here, but I realized I can't. So I'm going to move this settler. I think I'll move him to the sand. Because on the next invader phase, he's going to ravage the mountains, build on the wetlands, and explode the jungle. So I need to prevent that. So I'm going to push him into the sand where he cannot do any harm. Right there. Now let's go. You have to do this in a specific order, but this time I don't really need to do it in much order. So I'm going to use Mantle of Dread and discard as 1 energy. So first I add 2 fear, and then I target spirit may push 1 settler or town from their lands. So, and I just realized that I want to push here, but I don't have a presence here. His presence here. But Shadow's Flicker is like Flame's powers. You can use a Dahan as a presence. So what I'm going to do is, in order for me to use a Dahan as Spirit Shadow's Flicker like Flame's presence, I need to use 1 more energy. So I take 1 energy from his card. I'm going to move Settler A2 to A3. That's Mantle of Dread. And then do the Call of the Dahan Ways. It's up to 1 space with my presence. I put on a land that has Dahan on it. I can replace 1 settler with a Dahan. Or if I have 2 gray tags, I can instead change the talent to a Dahan. And what I did in this turn is I have Mantle of Dread, which has a gray tag here, and Cardawani has its own gray tag here. So that I could use this power because it requires 2 gray tags, including this one. So I'm going to turn the town into a Dahan. So I turn this town into a Dahan. So I remove this town and I replace it with a Dahan. And that ends the fast power phase. That's pretty cool. Now we have our town there. So let's go to the next phase. Now what's the invader phase? Just made a first. We're not going to do the blood island effect. Now we do the fear effects, and then we ravage, build, and explore, and then we advance the invader cards. Okay, now it's time for the invader phase. Now the invader phase is a blooded island effect, but since we're using the beginner rules, there's no blooded island effect. But now we use the fear effect. Now, as you remember in the last round, I have a fear card. So I'm going to flip this fear card over on the emergent fear card. And this fear card is called Isolation. Now you can see here, we're at terror level 1. So thus, on this fear card, I have to use a terror level 1 fear, which is each player removes a settler or town from a land where there's only 1 invader. Wow. Each player. Or each spirit. I have 2 spirits. I'll go here and remove this town here. as part of fear. And for lightning, isolation, we remove the town from A8. So now is the invader phase. So their turn is to go ravage the mountains, which means they'll attack the mountains. They could build on the wetlands, towns or cities, and then they'll explore the jungle. Let's do the ravage phase first. And I can see this mountain has no invaders, so this is safe. This mountain has a settler. Now a settler does 1 point of damage, but in order to blight the land you need to do 2 points of damage, so the settler won't do much here. And on these two mountains there's no one here, so that's safe, and there's no one here, so that's safe as well. Okay, so now we'll do build. Let's go here. Now we'll build on this wetland because there's a settler here, so we'll build a town. So build a town right here. Here, there's no one here, so we can't build anything here. On this wetland here, there's no one here, so we can't build anything here. And on this wetland here, there's no one here as well. So that's great. That's the whole strategy of Spirit Island, is to make sure you have to prevent the settlers from, the invaders from expanding. He's more preventative. And last we go explore. So they explore in the jungle. Well, already here, we'll explore here because of a town explorer here. So we had another explorer. This jungle here. Now this jungle is on the coast. When everything is adjacent to the coastline, the ocean, you can put explorer down. Put explorer here. And this jungle is not adjacent to any town or city, so it's safe. And this jungle down here is also safe. There's no adjacent cities, so that's good. So that part of the invaders phase is done. So now we'll advance. Well, first to discard the fear card because we used it. So now we'll advance the invader track. So mountains gets discarded. Wetlands now on next turn will be ravaged. The jungle we built upon, and now sands will be explored. Now it's time for the slow powers to be used. So here we're doing a slow power phase, and I can see Lightning Swift Strike has no slow powers. He used all his powers in the fast power phase, so that's okay for him. And Shadow's Flicker Like Flame also has no slow powers, so he's fine. And we end the round with Time Passes. Everything resets. Now Time Passes, there has to be resetting of all damaged units and putting away of tags. Right now there's no damaged units. And we clear the map of any tags. So Time Pass is done and his round is over. So we're off to round 4. Dumbass! Scene 2, Part 3, F again! So here, we're doing a slow power phase. And I can see Lightning Swift Strike has no slow powers. He used all his powers in the fast power phase, so that's okay for him. And Shadow's Flicker Like Flame also has no slow powers, so he's fine. So he's okay, so he's not okay, so he's good. So now we'll do Time Passes. Now Time Passes, there has to be resetting of all damaged units and putting away of tags. Right now there's no damaged units. And we clear the map of any tags. So the Time Pass is done and his round is over. So we're off to round 4. Okay, now on during the explore phase, you can see this jungle is adjacent to this city. So we'll add cut. We'll add a settler to this jungle right here. And we end the round with time passes. Everything resets.